chance to hear it, so let her tell it. People on the streets say Sabrina speaks. Tune into the show, she will let you know. Tell all your friends and family. Real talk is no joke. You get the news straight up from grassroots and concerns. You hear some people gone. So tell all your friends to tune in to
Good evening, Cayman. I'm Sabrina Turner, and welcome to Sabrina Speaks, your daily dose of clarity, truth, and community insights. Every weekday from 5 to 6:30 p.m., we're tackling the issues that affect you, from national headlines to grassroots concerns. Whether you're in traffic or winding down your day, this is your chance to hear it straight and speak your truth. So buckle up, Cayman. We're not holding back.
This is the show. We gotta let you know. Now we got to go.
And now here's Sabrina.
Well, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, everyone. Welcome, one and all, no matter where you're tuning in from, be it near or far. It's time for another episode of Sabrina Speaks. Yes, as we continue here, and I'm getting the fact that a lot of you are liking this open mic summer edition, these episodes of open mic. I'm just grabbing the links here, so please forgive me if I look a little distracted for a second. Just want to get those links out to you so you're not searching so hard to find me. But yes, welcome to another episode of Sabrina Speaks. It's good to be back with you as we kick off yet another week in the month of August. Oh my goodness, how time is flying. And for all of you, the links are out. There we go. The links are out. So there we have it. Yes, how time is flying. And for all of your parents who are getting those kids back together for school, and for all of the students who are like, where did summer go? Like, the time is just going by so quickly. It's that time of the year. And I know some of you can get a little stressed. That's okay. But you know what? You're locked in. Let's take one day at a time and just embrace it, because yes, grab a beverage, grab whatever snacks, whatever it is, whatever you do. Get the hose if you didn't get some of the rains overnight or a little bit yesterday. Water the plants and turn us up loud, because we're ready for another open mic edition, summer edition of Sabrina Speaks, where we're voices of the islands, conversations for the world, the podcast where voices rise, stories unfold, and inspiration takes center stage. I am your host, Sabrina, and we are broadcasting live from the beautiful Cayman Islands, Monday to Friday from 5 until 7. All fingers, toes, every phalange you can think of cross. Soon also be broadcasting live via radio. Yes, but we continue, as I said, with our open mic. So we want to hear from you. Yes, how has your weekend been? Who attended the farmer's market out in East End? How was that? I'd like to get some feedback. Or who just chilled out over the weekend? Maybe you chose one day where you just like had all of these things to do. You had all of these plans and only to manage to come from one pajama set into another. Tell me about it. I've had a number of those. Yes, but you can share it with us. It is that Cool Cub Collective season here, and we call it the Summer Open Mic season on Sabrina Speaks. You want to share with us, maybe you had a little chuckle on yourself because, you had all of these plans and didn't materialize to a thing. Tell us all about it by giving us a call, 936-8255. I want to hear from you on this fabulous Monday as we prepare to end summer holidays, prepare the kids back to school, and get into our minds, gear up for lunches and last minute adjustments and buying and getting all of those lists filled out for all of the supplies. You do it all over again. Yes. 6 weeks really goes by very quickly. Yeah, it really goes by quickly. But you know, how would we do it here? Summer edition is, yes, and we're proudly sponsored by Bridgepoint Immigration Consulting, open for business by appointment only, and for all your immigration service navigating, be it permanent residence, Cayman passport, UK passport, you name it. Maybe you just need assistance responding to a deferral or just writing a cover letter. Yes, they are there to assist you. Professional guidance, and the Bridget helps you move confidently into your next chapter. Reach out to them by sending them a quick WhatsApp, if that's your way to go, 938-1337. Or by all means, you can also send them an email. That's bridgepoint.imm at gmail.com. They'd be more than happy to sit down and see exactly what services and offerings they can offer you. But more so, we want to thank them for their kind sponsorship, yes, of the summer edition. Please remember, though, that the views expressed by callers, guests, and online commenters are their own and not those of Bridge Media Limited, its affiliates, the Sabrina Speaks Show, or the host. This program is for general information only and not a substitute for legal, medical, financial, or professional advice. Now, all participants are reminded to speak responsibly and respectfully. Any content that is defamatory, discriminatory, unlawful, or harmful is strictly prohibited and will not be endorsed or tolerated. Now, listener participation implies acceptance of this disclaimer, no matter how you're getting us live, be it your call, you text, you WhatsApp, whatever. It implies acceptance of this disclaimer. Just in case you forgot the number, it's 936-8255. Come in and just join, be a part of us building this community here, one episode at a time. Please, please, please. I see you, Connie Bonnie, staying up late with me at 11:09 in the United Kingdom. And all my UK fans, good night, almost good morning to you. How are you dealing with that heat that is over there? But please continue to make sure you like, follow, share this page with your friends so you're always notified and you're never missing an episode. Now let's see if we got any more rain in the forecast. It was welcomed, I must say. A couple of showers that came through Prospect area overnight, and a little bit, I heard a little bit. I was in between. You know when you're dreaming? I had one of those. But let's see exactly if there's any more in the forecast, or not me. I depend on our friends there at the Cayman Islands National Weather Service for telling us what to expect for tonight's forecast and into tomorrow. Let's take a look at the weather. The synopsis is calling for residual moisture associated with the passage of a tropical wave that is likely to trigger a few isolated showers tonight, with a low chance of thunder. As the wave continues to move further away from our area, the pressure gradient will weaken. This will allow winds and seas to subside and marine conditions to improve. Now, that small craft advisory that was there, that has been discontinued. So far for tonight's forecast, they're forecasting for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers and, like I said, possible thunder. Temperatures will fall near the low 80s and winds will be east to northeast, 5 to 10 knots. Now, seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. The forecast for tomorrow is calling for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of early morning showers and possible thunder. Temperatures will rise near the mid-90s with a heat index of 109 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east to northeast, 5 to 10 knots with higher gusts, and seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. Now, there will be a low tide at 7:16 this evening, a high tide at 12:31 tomorrow morning, and another low at 7:26. Sun will set this evening at 6:50 and sun will rise tomorrow morning at 6:08. Now, the outlook is calling for a continued decrease in chances of showers through Wednesday. I don't know about you, but I was really hoping for a little bit more than a decrease. I was looking for possibly an increase. But I see where our friends over there in Barbados, they have been just getting drenched with that tropical wave that is just going over there. And of course, if you've been following the news, even over in Hawaii with Lala, that hurricane that blew through there over the weekend. The images coming out of there with all of the water, because of course that's mountainous terrain. But we got some islands that are just getting drenched and others that are just like on our hands and knees. And yes, with water restrictions, we'll cover that in the regional news segment of Sabrina Speaks, which we're going into right now, starting with local news this evening on the Sabrina Speaks show. On August 13th, Youth, Sports, Culture, and Heritage Minister Isaac Reinken served as a panelist at the World Anti-Doping Agency meeting in Peru, joining a session on government leadership in clean sport. Now, the discussion focused on strengthening national anti-doping programs and the role of governments in protecting fairness and integrity in sports. Now, Minister Reinken joined representatives from WADA and regional anti-doping bodies, underscoring the Cayman Islands' commitment to clean, responsible sport. Two Caymanians have joined Maples and Calder as attorneys at law after completing the firm's Articles of Clerkship program. Now, according to the Cayman Independent, Ryan Clark and Michael McLaughlin Morello have now been admitted to practice in the Cayman Islands. Clark will serve as an associate in the finance team, while McLaughlin Morello joins the corporate team, marking a significant milestone in their legal careers and strengthening Caymanians' representation within the profession. We want to say congratulations out to them, and congratulations. Thank you for that corporate company for taking them on, because we know there have been some reported hardships in securing full-time employment after articles. Congratulations to you both, and we wish you all success from here. We see reported on the CMR platform that several people have reported receiving fake traffic violation messages this afternoon, prompting renewed warnings about the scam. Now, the texts claim recipients have overdue fines and threaten court action or suspension of driving privileges, pressuring them to click a fraudulent link. Now, recipients are urged not to click, reply, or provide any personal or payment information. Authorities advise deleting the message immediately and sharing the warning with family and friends, especially those who may not recognize this type of scam. Let's turn our attention over to regional news making headlines this evening. Jamaica is facing growing pressure on its water supply as below average rainfall and rising temperatures continue to strain systems, especially in the eastern end of the island. Now, a prohibition order takes effect today, Monday, August 17th, restricting the use of NWC water for several non-essential activities. Water Minister Matthew Samuda says that the measure is designed to prevent the situation from reaching crisis levels as authorities work to stabilize supply. The United Kingdom government is preparing to pay consulting giants KPMG and EY nearly £500 million to train civil servants, the largest contract awarded to Big Four firms in at least a decade. Now, according to reporting from the Financial Times, the deal forms part of a major push to modernize public sector skills and strengthen government's capabilities. Now, the scale of the agreement has drawn attention across Westminster, giving its size and growing reliance on external consultants. Hundreds of people have died over the past year as the U.S. military continues bombing boats, as it says, were ferrying drugs off Latin America's Caribbean and Pacific coasts. Now, the Trump administration is seeking to expand that campaign onto land, pursuing agreements that would place the United States forces on the ground in allied countries across the region. Now, the move raises significant concerns about the scope and impact of the operation. Let's take a look at our business markets closing this evening here on Sabrina Speaks for Monday, August 17th. Global markets closed mixed today as investors reacted to rising energy prices and geopolitical uncertainty. Now, Brent crude settled just under $97 a barrel. while WTI hovered near $92, adding pressure across equities. On Wall Street, major indices ended slightly lower, and European markets also softened. Asia trading was more positive, led by gains in China and Japan. Analyst says that elevated oil prices continue to weigh in on sentiment heading into the week. Now that wraps up our news segment and our business segment here for today on Sabrina Speaks. It's good to have you joining us. Welcome, welcome, one and all. It is so good to be here with you as we enter into another week here in August, and it's the 17th, which means we are already halfway through the month of August and looking at September just hovering outside the door. Let's take an opportunity to say and wish happy birthday out to all of those persons who are celebrating birthdays today. Yeah, maybe you're one who celebrated it yesterday, or you were out just enjoying a good brunch with friends and family. Whatever you so choose to do for your birthday, happy birthday from all of us here on the Sabrina Speaks family, and wishing you many, many more. And like those who may be celebrating anniversaries, happy anniversary to you, wedding anniversaries, wishing you many, many more. And God's blessings over you all as well. And you may be celebrating a milestone, like you could be celebrating those two Caymanians who have not only finished their articles, but have landed themselves jobs. Maybe you're one of those young Caymanians that are coming home, turning a new chapter in life, and you're getting ready to go out into the working world, or you're just going off. Empty nesters, those parents whose kids are going off to school. Yeah. Bittersweet, huh? Whatever it is you're celebrating, we celebrate here with you. God's blessings to all of you. And whatever chapter you're embarking on, we wish you nothing but success. But we cannot. I will never, ever miss this out deliberately, intentionally, because there are a number amongst us in our community, because of our communities being so small, that are mourning the loss of a loved one. And I just grabbed this pretty much seconds ago when I was building, and I got to share these two. So please pardon me if I've missed anyone. I do my best to try and cover as much of these as I can. But I did see this, and I want to share with you on this platform to announce the passing of Miss Zena Maureen Rochester, who passed away on Saturday, August 8th. And the service of Thanksgiving will be held at the William Pucci Memorial Church in Northside. That will take place this Saturday, August 22nd at 3 p.m., with interment to follow at the Old Man Base Cemetery. So our thoughts and prayers go out to Miss Zena. I knew her personally, and I was looking for this, but for some reason it just popped up. It's just so much going on, but yeah. Our thoughts and prayers go out to this family, and so many more that, like I said, is just mourning the loss of her loved one. And also Miss Sharon, Miss Jervis. Yes, we're also, we want to send our sincere condolences out to the Jervis family. She passed away on July 29th. And for some reason, I didn't capture, but I'll share that date with you for her service of Thanksgiving with you on tomorrow's episode. I just got these images sent to me last minute. So my humble and sincere apologies, but nevertheless, our respects go out to these families and others. We share your loss, and we just want you to know that our thoughts and prayers are with you as you navigate these challenging times. But I will share the funeral arrangements or announcements, for Miss Jervis once I get my hands on them for sure. So there we go. So, yep. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Good evening, everyone. It's so good to be here with you. Miss Joy is with us this evening. Good evening, Miss Joy. How are you? Hope you're positive and all revved up and geared up for the weekend, the full week ahead. and that you're looking forward for a productive week. It's good to have you join us. Always good. Always really, really good to have you guys join in with me here in the afternoons. I must say that much. Connie Bonnie, as I said, she's in a total different time zone, but manages to keep up, boy. My friend, she's going to keep up. Oh, yes, she will. It is so good to have you with us, and let me share that good news when that news happens. Because I know you're going to be smiling from ear to ear, aren't you not? Yes, 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 you will. So you'll find out what I'm talking about, but she knows. Hey, Damien, how are you? It's been a little while. Where have you been traveling? What has this summer been up to? What have you been up to for the summer? What is he saying? Yeah, he says, Happy Monday. Striving for perfection is one of the biggest barriers to success. Perfection is unattainable and often leads to procrastination, self-doubt, and missed opportunities. Instead, strive for excellence by doing your best, embracing learning, and continually improving. Excellence is not about being flawless, it's about showing up, giving your best effort, and growing from experience. Progress, not perfection, is what drives meaningful achievement and lasting success. There you are, Damien. Thank you, Damien Henry, for those kind words. Thank you so much. We missed you for the past couple of days. I'm happy to see you're back and definitely on a roll. Miss Barbara G is here. Look at you. It is so good to have you here with us as well. Miriam Ray, am I missing something here? Please, let me know if I'm missing something. Donnie is also with us, one of our content creators in Bloom, and we got a new content creator. Oh my goodness. Now this requires another segment. OMG. Yes, Connie Bonnie, heed the call. Oh my goodness, Connie Bonnie. Sorry, I'm going to share this with you, but just let me get through this section. Donnie is in the house with us this evening. And yes, we do have another content creator in Bloom that is joining us as well. And they are a person who works out in the fields and is out and about in the execution of their duties, and hearing the segment of the Sabrina Speaks show of our content creators in Bloom, and captured some beautiful images as they are out and about executing their duties. Now, I thought that was so kind of them to take the time and to share this with us. And Connie is going to spoil us today, and she's going to melt our hearts. So I'm going to hold you all in suspense just for a little second there, because I'm grabbing these images from Donnie from Green Valley Nursery, for the record, that is open Monday to Saturday from 7 until 4. And yes, you can get images like these. These are some of the plants that Don has out there at Green Valley Nursery in Lower Valley. So that's one. And there's another one. These are desert rose that she has in just beautiful blooms that are just popping like crazy. This one isn't a desert rose, though. I know I don't know what that one is. And do not give me the scientific name, because I will slaughter it. Okay. But you just need to check Dawn out. And I must say, not Damien Henry. This is another Damien that is out on the road, and he is capturing the images like you would not believe. Look at that. As he's out executing his duties, he says, why not share the love with what I'm seeing from all around here? No green thumb by any stretch of the imagination. But look at these. Look at all of these beauties that he's capturing, and he's sending them. And yeah, these are all from right around here. And it brings a smile to his face. He knows that it'll bring a lot of smiles to you as well. And I just want to thank him for for sharing these beautiful images with us for sure. Now, Connie is in heaven. Connie is away for a month, and she is, yes, in another time zone. But look here. Connie is a grandma. Look at what Connie has been up to. Connie has shared with us this bundle of joy, making her debut. Oh, yes, 5 days old. Now I'm hoping, is it a boy or a girl? You didn't give me the gender. Sorry. Can you give me the gender, Connie? Is it a little boy or a little girl? No. So congratulations to Connie Bonnie sharing with the whole world and on behalf of the Sabrina Speaks, all through the Sabrina Speaks family here. We are sharing this joyful moment with Connie Bonnie here on the new addition to their family. Look at that precious. It's a boy. Oh, look at him. Yes, yes, yes. Just 5 days old into this world. And Grammy is over there. She's going to stress that mama out. She's going to spoil that baby to the max. Yes. So we are going to celebrate this life, this new birth for Connie Bonnie. And to the mom, oh, congratulations. Congratulations to the entire family. And God's blessing on this little bundle of joy. If they could only stay like this, huh? If they could only stay like this and don't grow up. Yeah, you can always just pinch them and yeah. Yes, well, congratulations. And thank you so much for sharing that with us, Connie Bonnie. Oh my gosh, you're not going to want to leave. You're not going to want to leave. You're just going to stay there and just spoil them rotten. I just know it. Well, Miss Barbara, yes, Miss Barbara G is also weighing in as I get over the baby. You know this maternal instinct thing. Yeah, I have no grandbabies, but I have a niece and a nephew, and I just love enjoying these kids like this. I'm usually the auntie that they're scared of, but I spoil them. And but when I finish with them, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm literally tired. My niece and my nephews, the youngest ones of the family, just wear me out. But I just enjoy having them around. Because I literally have to plan ahead of time. And when they're here spending time, I have to make sure Eric is here because I'm not taking them on by myself. I scared. It's been a while. I haven't had babies that young around me. So no, I don't have the energy. God knows. I'm done. I literally have to take the bed early. And worse, if they're here for longer than 4 hours, done. I'm done. I see why they say have these kids when you're young. I am just done. But they are. Look at this. This is about my heart. You see, like this, I don't mind them. They're not going to move. And then they eat and they sleep and they poop and they pee and you change them and you cuddle them and you put them back down. Yeah. You see when they're 1 and they're 2 and they're just discovering, oh, dear Jesus. No, I'm done. That's the part where you're even scared sometimes to ask, how are they? Yeah. But you know what? Enjoy them because in no time, you'll be attending graduation. You'll be taking and sending that first picture, Connie Bonnie, with their first day at school. So yeah, can you imagine that? Barbara G is saying, I definitely did go for a while, but you're talking about the farmer's market. But I do believe it would have been better to have it later in the day and into the evening. Oh, well, thank you for that feedback. Now, I know the Ministry of Culture and Heritage may always listen, and of course, we will provide that feedback. Normally, though, farmers markets usually do early in the morning, though. But yeah, it's a suggestion, understanding the heat. That's true. Well, hey, let's go. But I'm happy that you took the time to go out. And for what feedback I'm getting, I heard it was a huge success. We're just waiting for some more images to come out of there. I did not I didn't get out. I'm one of many persons who had lots of plans, like you had your errands to do and all that sort of stuff. And it still didn't get done. Saturday was one of those days, but Sunday I was out and about though. Early celebrations of birthdays. Early. Margie's in the house with us this evening. Hey, Margie, what you doing? Going to shake a leg? When you going out again? Connie is definitely celebrating. Yes. She is beaming from ear to ear. Yes. Okay. Damian Henry is saying why he went MIA on us. I'm always watching, but sometimes I'm late or on the road. Okay. Understood. As long as you're good. as long as you're good, we appreciate that. And I understand life happens. That's okay. When I don't see a lot of you commenting, some of you MIA, yeah, it kind of makes me worried. Life is too short. So thank you for just letting us know. And thank you for coming back as well. We missed those little inspirations there from you. Someone took nobody took your segment at all. They joined in. Since you're giving us another type of bloom. They're just doing the floral part of it for you. But like I said, it's amazing how people are just catching on to it. And I thought that was very sweet of them. They're really not a green thumb, as I said. They just heard the segment on the show and they just are sharing the beauties from around here. And they're just gorgeous, aren't they? So yeah, you're more than welcome. Lisa Bartley is also joining us today. Good evening, Sabrina. And congratulations, Connie, on your beautiful grandbaby. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, the terrible 2 stage. Oh my gosh. Yeah, girl. Sorry. Well, the good thing is you're overseas. So you'll have best of both worlds. You'd be, yeah. You know what I'm talking about. So you will skedaddle out of there at some point in time, and then you will go back when the time meets, and then you'll spoil them, and then you'll leave again. You brute. Oh my goodness. But you know what? Bottom line is, please, please, please enjoy him and just give her love in regards to the parents, please. Yes, yes, yes. So nobody. And like I said, if you got beautiful scenery, sunsets, we got another content creator who shares food. That's content creating in from the palette. That's Alfred. He shares with us some beautiful dishes. And we got another one who does beautiful sunsets. But the bloom part is really good. And I'm getting a lot of you liking that. Now let's do this public consultation, please, as a gentle reminder that the Ministry of Planning, Lands and Agriculture, Housing and Infrastructure is inviting you, the public, to join in the conversation, because public consultation has been open from August 7th and it closes on August 20th. Now, on what you may say, this ministry is welcoming feedback on the draft residential tenancy amendments, and you're invited to provide your feedback to them on this. So you see the public consultation.gov.ky. You can see the draft there for more, okay? And also, did I miss this? This program is starting for Shaping Your Career. Cayman Finance is putting this. And I want to just make sure that you know that the program is starting in October 26th. So if you want to register to be a part of this graduate training program, that the applicants must be Caymanians and have recently graduated from university or due to graduate in 2026 and seeking entry into the workforce. So you just get this information here and make sure you go ahead and register, okay? Also, government, I know we were talking about parents and kids going back to school. I want you to know that I'm going to be grabbing these images here so that some of you may be able to screenshot these dates and times. So please, please, please just bear with me for a second. Let me grab these images. So once I start talking, if you hear the school that is applicable to you, and this is government schools for the record, if you hear your school, dates and times, you will be able to screenshot these things, and we will be more than happy to make sure. I'm going to be doing it by schools so that you'll have a timeline and you can follow them from Layman Scott, John Gray, Clifton Hunter, all of them I'll be having here for you in a second. It just takes me a minute for them to upload here. There we go. There we go. Got them. Got them all for you. So the reopening dates of all government schools will be Wednesday, August 26th. Wednesday, and that's orientation, registration, and other activities for specific groups will be held on dates for each school. Now, I'm going to be breaking those down for you. And when you talk about school orientation, this orientation is mandatory for transfer students. and for those enrolled in government schools for the first time. Now, why it's important is because this session will help students and parents, including guardians, to prepare for a successful transition. We know how that can be when they're moving from one school to the next. They're leaving back friends and that sort of stuff. It can take a mental drain on these kids. So, of course, parents and guardians must attend according to the school requirements for this orientation session. So when you look now on Tuesday, the 25th of August, this is the orientation days now. And remember, orientation is for transfer students and first-time students. That will be on Tuesday, the 25th of August. Creek Spot Bay Primary School from 11 until 12. East End Primary School from 9 to 12. Edna Moyle from 9. They're all 9 to 10:30. Joanna Clark Primary School from 8:30 to 10:30. Lighthouse School from 9 until 10:30. Marie Martin Primary School from 9 to 10:30. Prospect Primary School, this is orientation for transfer students and all new students, 9 to 11. Red Bay Primary, 9:30 to 11. Sir John A. Cumber Primary School from 9 to 10. Theoline McCloy Primary School from 9 to 10:30, and West End Primary School from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Orientation. Now, the reopening schedule for Clifton Hunter High School, August 25th from 9 to 11. These are some timelines here. Release of results for year 11 students. You all need to meet in the gymnasium for results and initial consultation. That's taking place from 9 to 11 on August 25th. Also on August 25th from 8 to 1 is the orientation day for newly registered or transfer students, not including year 7 students. So year 7 students do not need to come for this. Okay, from 8 o'clock to 1. The 26th of August from 7:50 to 2:50 in the afternoon, resumption of classes, and all students must attend in full uniform and bring their laptops along with them. And that's the 26th of August. Now, here is the schedule for John Gray High School. Again, orientation day from 8 to noon. On the 26th, from 8 until 2:55. All students must attend in full uniform and bring your laptops with you. Also on the 26th from 9 to 11, there's a release of the exam results for year 11 students, and you all need to meet into the gymnasium for, again, consultation and to receive your results. And Layman E. Scott, that's over there in the back, on August 18th, that is tomorrow, from 9 to 11, for newly registered and transferred students, not including year 7. So year 7s do not need to show up at the Layman E. Scott High School in Cayman Brac tomorrow morning. This is only for newly registered and transfer students, okay? And then on the 25th of August, 25 of August, from 10 until 11:30, there's your orientation, course selection, and registration for dual enrollment and vocational studies students, okay? That's taking place on the 25th. 26th of August at 8 o'clock, year 7 to 11, year 12 vocational studies students must attend in full uniform and bring your laptops. That is on August 26th. So all students over there is for the 26th of August. And also on the 31st of August, the dual enrollment students reports to class at 8 a.m. Now let's see what else we got here. Even Further Education Center, we got opening dates for you as well. And you got your student registration for A to L. All students, including dual entry, must attend on the 26th of August from 8 to 11. That's surnames beginning with A to L. Show up on the 26th of August. And also the 26th of August from 12 to 2, surnames M to Z. Mary, M to Z, all students, including dual entry, must attend. So A to L from 8 to 11 on the 26th, M to Z from 12 until 2. This is for the Cayman Islands Further Education Center. August 28th from 8 until 3 p.m. is the orientation for students with surnames A to L. And August 31st, 8 to 3 for students with surnames beginning M to Z. So there you have it. Now, for all of the latest on this, you can feel free to visit the education. And now please be reminded that all of this information now is for government schools. And I did my best with sharing the dates and breaking it down. And if you want to learn more, you can contact the child's school for additional information or view the entire thing for yourself. Go to schools.edu.ky. So if you have any additional questions, you can log on there for more information as well. We know how that time of the year can be. It's frustrating, but I see where Cameron was saying something about traffic. Yeah, that is a mental thing in itself. So, yes. Cecil Soler is congratulating you, Connie, on the birth. He says your friend's he's saying my friend's grandbaby is so adorable. I hope you'll soon get some grandchildren and much joy with them. Yeah, in time. Thank you so much for that. In time. My sons, they are just living life. They're traveling the world. They're enjoying their unions. Well, one's going to get married very soon. The other one's already been married, but they're just traveling. They're traveling. They're enjoying life. But thank you. I'll be more than happy. I guess that'll be a public holiday here. I know what happened when my niece and nephew were born. It's like, oh my gosh, they're here. Hello, good evening, y'all. Sabrina, what you did to Danny? You ban him or what? No, I don't ban anybody. No, Danny was not rude. Danny banned himself. He know what he doing. Danny still communicates with me. For whatever reason, he's gone MIA. We respect him, and this platform is always here. You just a troublemaker. That is what you is. Barbara is sending deepest condolences to the families who are mourning the loss of loved ones. And by the way, I was responding to Easton. Yeah, I realized that afterwards. Thank you, Miss Barbara, for clarifying. I realized that. So Cameron is saying, so basically plan for traffic and make travel changes accordingly. Yes, you are quite right, Cameron, because you know how that is. Oh my gosh. And it's going to take people a little while getting into that because for what, six weeks? Maybe a little bit longer, 8 weeks? Because we had the private schools, some of them got out a little earlier, and now some of them are going back. So we're going to see a gradual increase in traffic in the morning as the private schools go back in a little earlier, and then full-fledged when the government schools join all the private schools as well. So yeah, Cameron, thank you for that. You need to make your adjustments. And yeah, Cameron say, wait till cruise ships start piling up again. Gonna need a helicopter to get to work on time. Well, one big one was in today, and I must say that was just one, but it was a pretty big boat. And yeah, there was some bottlenecks out on certain parts of Harbor Drive, Seafarers Way. I stand to be corrected. Yeah, so yeah, I can only imagine getting into school traffic with all of that. It is open mic here on the Sabrina Speaks platform as we continue with our summer edition. 345-936-8255. You can WhatsApp call us. You can call us straight. You can send us WhatsApps as well. I'll keep you anonymous to weigh in. I mean, whatever's on your mind, it's whatever's bugging you. You can weigh in on it. I'm going to weigh in though on some stats an article that I was reading today on the results. Since it is that time of the year, I thought it would be good to highlight some of the statistics that was into that. And what I'm talking about is an article that was published, I think, by Compass, that released a government figure saying that less than half of the students graduating from our governments in high school last year met the expected level of achievement. And, you know, I just wanted to look at some of the statistics on that and just break it down. But of course, if there's something else on your mind and you want to call in, you want to discuss it, of course, we'd be more than happy to. The mic is yours. Turn it over. There's something that is more pressing and you want to bring it up here. Marshall, North Carolina Love is in the house with us this evening. Good evening to you, my sweet. How has it been? Oh, Cameron, leave me alone. No, no, not me. He says, I avoid trouble like the plague. You are something else. Yes. Well, I got some stats that is in that report. You are something else. And I think it's worth mentioning them in this. So, and we could probably even look at it regionally, because when we think things here are bad and you expand the scope of things, you may not, you could see where we're doing pretty good in comparison. And there's some areas that we probably need to brush up with. So, like I said, welcome for all of you just jumping on to the live. This is Sabrina Speaks, broadcasting from the beautiful Cayman Islands here, Monday to Friday from 5 until 7. Got to give you a heads up. I'm leaving a little early tomorrow evening, just about 20 minutes. Yeah. I got an engagement. And tomorrow is Sandra's birthday. Also, it's Eric's birthday. My husband's birthday is tomorrow. So I tell you, I had to laugh. Yeah. Eric is sharing a birthday with Sandra. What a mess, huh? What a mess. Cameron, now what's your comeback on that one? So, yes. So, tomorrow is big celebrations for Sandra. She's going to be 53. She's older than me. Yep. So, Sandra is going to be celebrating her birthday tomorrow. So, she's going to be bringing it. And I have to share that day with my husband as well. And she's sharing it with her husband, and I'm sharing it between the two of them. And anybody else that I know shares a birthday on August 18th, share it with me. So you can expect me to take some jabs. I'm going to try to find some funny pictures. Yeah. Oh, Wednesday. Connie says Wednesday's my daughter's birthday. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me know. Send me a personal thing. Give me an image so I can boost her up like Suppligen. And let's get the love going, because I know the platforms are going to be busy tomorrow. Just sharing the love and appreciation for Sandra for sure. And Eric did very well last year, I must say. It is just amazing. He's out there. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah. Here's going to tell me who's celebrating birthdays. Yes, here we go. Welcome to Sabrina Speaks. You're live. Who we miss out today, my friend?
Happy birthday to Miss Sandra, but she not no 53. You're lying on her. She 35.
That tomorrow.
I know, but I say happy birthday when you come back. My niece birthday today. My niece in Honduras.
Okay.
Yeah, but she messaged me, so I message her. But she's the age of it. She asked her how old she on being. She said, "Tell me the age of the devil." You know what the age of the devil is?
No.
And she laughed. She told me, 6 of the 6, 6 to 6, 2 sixes.
Okay.
And I said to her, well, you my brother. Because yesterday was 5 years since my brother been dead, and he would have been 60. He born in 60 like her. I didn't know that all of these years, but see the things comes out. And yesterday was 5 years since poor Eldon been dead, and he would have been 66, the 8th of June, if you lived to see it. But he wanted 61. He died in 21. So, and then Friday, Saturday was the same niece, her granddaughter, because when she told me that Leah gonna be 13 at Shelma, I said, Jesus, that little girl just born. I said, boy, these children can grow up. Because I thought she was about like 9 or 10, or maybe the 8. At Shelma 13. I said, Jesus,
you see?
time can go.
Time flies, definitely.
Anyway, but like I tell you, the whole heap of, and then the day after, my friend Dina Lewis is with Sandra and your husband, but I don't know how old Dina be, but I know Dina's the 18th too.
Okay.
Dina Lewis, that's Larry and John and them sister. Pete Nancy.
Okay.
Sister, that yeah. She's tomorrow, the 18th. I tell you, a whole heap of birthdays.
Well, I'm noticing a lot of people were celebrating birthdays in August, and
the other day, Anthony and them had some at from the 12th to the 13th to the 14th. They had 4 people on my thing, because I was the 12th. They had me, Miss Maxine Marshall, and then 2 other people that I didn't know. Then it had other people, and I tell you, it's a lot of, and then my daughter, the 30th, and then a whole bunch of her friends and different dates. Whatever.
But Michelle,
Yeah.
this is the first time we're talking to you since we boosted you up like supplement on your birthday. And let me
Yeah.
tell you, you got like over 6,000 views on that reel that I posted, and for all of the love that was pouring in for you.
And listen to me, my friend called me and she said, I check your thing status, and she said, tell Sandra she's not more popular than you. She had 369 so far, and all about from California and all about Natara. Say, like my friend used to tell me, Shelly, everybody know you, you know. I said, I want to people know me from all walks. Like so that I say, I don't care who, because I know it's a lot of people that love me and God love me. So I don't care who wrong, that don't love me, because I know. I see what cousin Luke say. He know what he know. So she say, yeah, and then she say, that not all. She said, the night before she went to sleep, she checked it out and it went up to 500 and something. I said, and then I'd even joke with her and I tell her, I said, she 369, I got have to buy it. Oh, you know me with launching, I stand buy it, believe, and you know the 03 plate I mean, and I'll buy nothing.
Oh my
I
God.
win, I said, I'm about 369 and then I'll buy nothing. Being so stressed out about a right health sitting now because I moved my husband from the to the culture again. Now he's like a windmill. But yesterday he had looked so good, my God, poor thing. And he called me today and said he back up in the room 220. So now I'm going back up there. But I went by Georgia Saturday night and I carried one big breadfruit. I said, I don't know if you want to give Sabrina a piece of this guy here bragging about her yellow heart. But I said that
Oh
wasn't like this. That was
yes,
her
the
good
brooch.
one.
Should I tell my thing? Should I tell my thing?
Because what happened, Sabrina, a lot of people like the yellow heart, but there's different yellow hearts. Yes, they are yellow heart, but some yellow hearts are a hard breadfruit. When it's cold and stuff, it's tough because my friend that cooks got yellow heart. And she bring for me the other day, and even to her had to tell me mine's better than hers because my breadfruit is a soft, moist breadfruit. Don't care how cold that get. When you fry that and put that down, or you roast that, whatever that, all them people down when old Hyatt, they used to be killing me. And that guy from Timon I gave him one for here, Paula.
Oh my God.
My son about selling breadfruit, and Julian tell him that sell my breadfruit. And I said, well, I'm not going to sell it. I'll give it to you, but I just don't like nobody coming in passing and don't ask because somebody came there and cut one of the trees that we had, which I was giving the trees away. Cause you know you heard me on the show.
Yes, he did. Anybody
farmer,
wanted, yeah.
yeah, but nobody needed to get them. But what happened? The one that was by the window that we concerned about that can go under, they just chop it off, and the root is still there, and that's why I want out because that would damage my foundation. But then we don't know who it is, and that not health or wrong health. Like there's people walking around your yard, and you don't know who they are, and then especially by myself some night and thing, and you know. You gotta know who wrong, because I mean, Cayman not as bad as other places, but it's not what used to be neither.
Exactly.
You
That's
understand?
fair. That's fair.
So I don't want nobody looking around it. I don't know who it is. They should have come and asked, but they chop it, and I'm sure that it can catch because some people know how to build back roots and thing, and they just chop it up, and it was tall, it was pretty. And I said to my friend, when I go to bed in the bathroom, I could see from the window, and I asked him if he had take it up. And he said, no. I said, well, unless it gone taller. No, you know, right up to the top that I couldn't see it from the window. And then when he checked, he said, Mommy, somebody chop it off.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah,
but
my dear.
People are, I guess when they do see no car, they know that nobody.
Exactly. Well, yeah, girl, you got almost 6,000 views on yours. So you go, girlfriend. You go, Shelley.
Yeah, people still calling me belated all about from Rotan and Utila and French Park. Jamaica. She said Jamaica all about. I still getting and today the 17th, and I still getting and mine from the 12th.
There we go.
Birthday.
So this is what
my nephew, he called me from Port St. Lucie last night, and when you were talking about that rain, yeah, that was a heavy rain, and I was sitting in that was after one. I was sitting in my recliner in the sitting room talking to Miss Lucille England. I sent her some dancing because she be I said me send her these cats dancing because she said she had a cat princess to the wet today. And she said, what are you doing? Because that time is morning in England. Then after that, it rained one big downpour, and then it stopped, and then it come back again. Then Bonley called me, and me and her were talking, and I went to my bed till after 2.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow.
Stuff. Yeah.
Well, leave me there. Thank you, and all the best again. I'm happy for you. We were able to celebrate with you.
That time, and I see something happen in Jamaica. I see this vehicle with all these bullets in it, riddle, and they say it's in Jamaica. I say, Lord, who could put that amount of bullets in a side of a car? And my son said, well, when they, what you call it, that's how they shoot up. Boy, that car is a red car, boy, that shoot up. I said, what happened to that car? And I seen something come out about something big going on down there. I don't know
Oh,
what it is. I don't know.
I didn't get that. Yeah.
Part of bullets. I mean, the only part that not got much bullets is like right up to the door to the glass, but all of the whole side, the door from the front go straight to the back. I said, well, why so much bullet? And I mean, they're big old. And he said, well, damn, I forget what kind of gun he said can do that. I said, well, Lord God, it must be meant to kill whoever won that. And he said, how they shoot something. I don't know what it is, but it's some big thing.
Well, there we are. We still have so much to be thankful for in the Cayman Islands, but yeah.
Riddled with bullets. And then when I saw they kill one girl, two one for the girl in Rotan getting bad, Lord God. And they say, but the camera kept some 18-year-old and she was showing where the news, but it was Rotan habla claro the Spanish, but they show where they run through, but they say right there have a camera and they think, but they're looking for the person, one beautiful girl, 18 years old. Don't getting bad. The time be good. Cocks and hole. Don't getting bad.
Somebody was asking for the link where you saw those images, but you saw that on Facebook?
I forget. I was looking because I was saying, I said it wasn't my road, but I was looking on the thing I thought, and I saw the name, but I can't remember now.
Okay, no worries. If I find it
to my son,
yeah,
I saw it. I didn't know if it is legit. You understand? But I saw it, but it had like. But it wasn't like how sometimes I see stuff from Jamaica that it be saying see something news and stuff, but it had a thing up top with whoever. But I thought that it was a red vehicle kind of.
Okay. Well, if I see it, I usually don't report stuff unless it's from trusted sources, like from the one. But sometimes you will have bystanders sharing stuff.
You wanna say you need to report it?
Yeah, no, because somebody was asking if there was a link, so that was the only reason why I'm asking. But I don't see anything. Yeah.
Then I said, you look at this car, what is this? And then I seen that they said, well, I'm part of Jamaica.
Okay. All right, if I find it, I'll share it. But yeah,
water problem don't get too.
Correct.
That not of the norm. Because my friend always be telling me about that he got catch water and St. Mary. Apparently they have plenty of trouble on with water. So that's not new.
There we go. Anyhow, my love, leave me there. Right. Thank you. All the best.
Problem with water, water and lake. Not a problem in the island. But but the lake is the main issue.
Yeah.
And get all this stuff. That guy said he drove about $5,000 US worth of seafood strips and lobster and counting fish and all that because in Banaka because the lake.
Okay.
So many hours and then your fridge can't keep up. And they say that them little topoillos and things that people sell, some little bag thing that they make out of milk in the bag. People use them for a living and they can't even get them because they got to be frozen hard for them to sell them. And they plenty of people suffering because they're not got a car up to do it. Trying to get generators.
Yep. Anyhow, leave me there, my love.
You won't go down in that because they say it'd be too hot. I know so dead because I had to run from here. I couldn't take the water. So I couldn't go outside for the mosquitoes. And then I couldn't take the heat. So I had to run down for the light and water. So when that they're going to call me and tell me then I'll come back.
Oh, gosh.
I didn't want to go leave for Road Bill at that time. He was working Thompson, but he said, you go ahead, got my sister and tell me you can get an nervous breakdown. You're trying to come. So I had to go leave him.
Oh, wow. All right, thank you.
I born with the really see the good sea breeze.
There we go.
Now God made.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right. Yeah, man. Take care.
Yeah, saying look for Bill now. He was so happy yesterday to say he was asking for me and I could see he was Lord. He was waving me from the glass way when I was putting on my gown. He had him in the ICU. But he back upstairs now. Now, so you had missed me, the male nurse that came by here. He said he was asking for you. I said you had missed me, and he said, yeah, poor thing.
Oh.
He fighting Sabrina, but I just pray him to God because he won't live. He said he won't live. He don't want to die. He fighting. He fighting.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to you, and I'm happy that he's obviously getting getting stronger there from
And
what you're reporting.
my poor friend Zena, geez, I can't believe that. Last time I seen her by the farmer market, she went out and talked to him because we were good friends for years from when she had that beautiful saloon by Way Borden. Got a funeral home now, and that and I've been today. Poor old Zena, that hurt my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got a niece named Zena, and then I think she named Jem too, and my older sister named Jem. So I got two family members that got her name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There we have it.
Anyway.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
All
okay,
right.
bye.
Sure. Bye-bye. Connie was asking anything on Hawaii with the hurricane that has passed them by. Lots of flooding and torrential rain they received from that. We haven't heard of anything else outside that, but of course the outer bands are still impacting them for sure. But the if there any damage or anything like that, now this is where it's critical, I think, for them from what the reports are saying, because of the terrain there in Hawaii with all the mountains, with all of the rain that fell. That is where they're worried now, because that is coming down, and they're expecting floods and stuff to happen from that. But it has passed, and the images and news is just coming out now of the aftermath. From yesterday, people were out. You were a lot of down trees and that sort of stuff. And like I said, lots of rushing, raging waters coming off the mountains and hillsides there. So yeah, we will be getting more out of that for sure. Live Happy is joining us this evening. August birthdays are December romance. I think Cameron, that brute, had said something about that. What did that brute say? Something Cameron has says. Yes, he says, we gets busy around Christmas season. Be hot. Oh my God. So yeah, but it's amazing how much people are celebrating birthdays in August. So yeah, I guess 12 days of Christmas. Mm-hmm. Marshall, you too fast. I just told you what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. Connie is saying, so mom, dad, and baby is August. Really? Mm-hmm. All righty. Yes, sirree, Live Happy. You did the math too. So that part that Lennon was asking for, I don't have the link yet, but if I find it, then I'll share it with you. I'll do that if I find it. Yes, so I'd be more than happy. Let's go into it. Like I said, the phone lines are open. It is open, Mike. You will see me stopping whatever I'm doing and take the calls like that. And we just love when people call in like that. And with Michelle, she celebrated her birthday, and OMG, the woman is known around the world, and for all of the love that is shared. And even my aunt and her husband, Elsa May and Herbert, they have gotten over 8,000, I think, 300 views. 8,000, and it continues to climb. So it just goes to show you the traffic that we're having here, and that's only one single post. Oh, my friend, Miss Carol, hey, that was over 12,000 views on that reel that we did for Miss Carol Hay, who was laid to rest this weekend. And these are just some of the numbers that is going through this platform right here. So yeah, so if you think we're not worldwide, we are. And this is not to boost it up. I'm just trying to show you that when you think we're only isolated here, we are not. We're not. This is something that is worldwide. Miss Carol was known by many around the region, just her and her husband, for what she did. People know, tourists near and far have come across her pepper jelly and all this sort of stuff. So when you relate her passing to what she was known, her brand that she made, there were people from all over the world that have sampled her pepper jelly, and they were commenting on that reel. So, and there's so much other people around the world that have come in contact, I'm quite sure, hearing Michelle on the various platforms, and knowing my aunt and my uncle from Water Authority, and my aunt from Kirk Freeport out there in the perfume store, plus all the school friends that are all over the world. It is amazing how much attention those reels got in the past, I would say, couple days. And it just continues to grow. So let's see what tomorrow will yield with the VIP. We talking VIP. Sandra. Oh yeah. Let's see how much she could pull just for a little competition. But no, it's not about that. I'm going to be very honest with you. It's good for when people are saying, well, we want to advertise with the Sabrina Speaks platform. What's your algorithms? these things are good measuring tools for people to see exactly the reach that we have. But like Sandra always says, we're not monetizing the platform by any means. We don't get paid from Facebook or YouTube. No, we don't. When I get sponsors, I get sponsors. If I don't, I still show up. But we're definitely reaching the masses here, and it is money well spent. If you so choose to deal with us and want to promote an event. We do a lot of the stuff that you see for some of the NGOs, NGOs and community service announcements, of course. That's just something you throw in. But anything for gain, that sort of stuff, of course, I'm more than happy to work with anyone who want to be showcased, featured right here on this platform. We're more than happy. And like I said, we're going on radio, so we're even going to reach even more. If this is without traditional radio, can you imagine how much we will reach, how much this platform will reach once we're also doing this in tandem with radio? So get in early. 9368255. Send me a WhatsApp if you want to discuss. Christmas is coming and you maybe want to get in early. And you can send me an email as well. You want me to sit down, you want to help you do a short promotion, I can do bespoke packages for you. Sabrina Speaks, the number 12 at gmail.com. And I will sit down and we could work out a plan for you, your marketing. You want to sponsor, let's say, the news, you want to sponsor the weather segment, you want to come in, and all of those will allow you to be able to come in and speak and brand your own product yourself. You be interviewed. All of those packages that we can set up for you will allow you to have a moment here on the show where we're interviewing and you can showcase. You don't have a problem coming out and doing short videos. We can build something that works for you here. But yeah, branding, sponsorship, this is the place to be. We're definitely moving and shaking, and we will definitely be here to help get the word out there and let people know about you, because the numbers speaks for themselves. And yeah, that's something that we should all be proud of. And all of you who keep showing up, all of you who share the link and just share it with your friends, and you see the content what we're producing here, of course. You keep coming back. Yes, yes, yes. Cameron, what are you saying? People on Mars are complaining on Elon for drop signals because they can't get Mars. Well, I can tell you, Cameron, I don't know where you were week before last when I took off a week for the amount of messages that I got, because people forgot that I was taking just a week off. I didn't go anywhere. I stayed here. And people saw me out and about and they were like, "You know, on what happened? We can't find you." And it was amazing. I got some that says they were feeling like fish out of water because we've become a part of their evenings. And that was a good feeling to be missed, seeing that I've only been here a year. But it just goes to show how we're growing on people. So this is your path. Done with Cayman politics. How much times I gotta tell you that? Weird enough. You see, you pull the stuff out of me like I don't know why, Cameron. I was at a government building today, and every time I go there, it's amazing how much people stop me and again ask the same question. Please tell me you're going to do it. But today it was like I had a couple people in between the parking lot and other stops that I made just saying, "Please tell us you're coming back." And nobody was connected to anybody, Cameron. And I had to respectfully say, "No, I will not be. I'm done. I'm done with Cayman politics. I'm done with politics. I have no political aspirations. No, you will not see me in the upcoming elections. No, you will not see me on a ballot. But I will always have my voice. I will always do what I have to do." And yeah, but no, and I know a lot of them were disappointed. They'll say, "Oh, well, 2 years is not that far. You're going to come back. Maybe we can convince you between now." And I said, "No, I'm sorry. No." So it's funny that you say that now, Cameron, but yeah, no, that chapter of my life is behind me. I was just happy that I gave that one term. And I respected the results, contrary to what others are saying. I've respected it. I've moved on. I'm embracing this new chapter of my life, and I'm still accessible, sharing sharing knowledge and imparting and keeping topics that is sound, elevating talk here on this platform. And I've gone back into small immigration consulting on a very bespoke level. And for full disclosure, Bridgepoint Immigration Consulting is mine. Yes. Proudly sponsored by Bridgepoint. That's me. And I've done it, I've gone back very small. And there is no way I'm going to get back. It has taken me a while to just navigate life back. And for me to put all of that on hold to say, I'm going to go back again. No, I'm sorry. No. But that's not for me. I know me and know Cameron. That is not for me, but I'll still have a voice. We'll still be here. I'm still going to be very, very active in when it comes to being a good citizen in my home. And but I will not interfere. No, one thing they can't say that I have ever interfered by any means. And I know a lot of people have actually wondered, why have I gone MIA? I haven't gone MIA. I have just respected. You have a new leader. You have a new representative. I stay in my lane. And yes, if I see you, I've dropped by a few, but no one can say throughout this time that I have interfered by any means on the ground. I have just grew this and have embraced this new chapter of finding my regular civilian feet, which is proving now every day that I will never be the Sabrina pre-election. Because it always comes up everywhere I go. Please tell us you're coming back. Please tell us you're going to do it again, even if it's one more time. And I'm like, no, 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 no. But for all of my supporters, for all of those who are hoping and praying that I will change my mind, I want to just thank you for your support. I want to thank you for all of the belief that you have in me, and for even supporting me now that I'm just respectfully saying, yeah, I'm done. So, but yeah, that chapter of my life, I did it. I've done it. And I respect, and I will forever be grateful for all of my supporters throughout my tenure. And prior to me even getting into politics, I was 15 years, 13, from about 2012. From 2012, I was working in the community. At that time, just being a regular member with I think community policing had just started in Red Bay and Prospect those days. And yeah, I had not so long moved in. That was 2004, 2005. I've been a resident in Prospect from 2004. Ivan was in 2004. I was in Prospect from 2004. And I have always been active in the community and just giving part. But from a political standpoint, no, Aliano, that's it. That's it. Not Aliano, Cameron, that's it. Mr. Ina miss you and Sand on a pick up the walkabout bug. I'm not walking about me, not Mr. Okay. Me. Okay. I'm not walking about. I just gonna commit to a couple hours tomorrow evening, and but knowing me, I'll probably just go straight till 7:00. I know you guys. One thing with me, you can't say that I don't show up. Damn right, I'll stick around for the jokes. Keep up the mission. Oh my gosh, you're something else. But you've been behaving. What have you been up to, Cameron? Aliano is saying, one Yule, yes, so then boom, you're gone on vacation. I'm not on vacation though. I'm not going on a vacation for any time soon, Aliano. I'll be here till the holidays, and I'll just take the Christmas holidays. I took 1 week. Which would be the first time. Ooh, that's the first time I've taken real leave from anything in quite a while. Yeah. Lisa is saying condolences families to the grieving. May God heal and comfort broken hearts. Cameron is saying you're constantly has been strong. No more talk show politics. No more talk show politics. Yeah, I'm just going to be keeping it real with the content that is created by the government. If you notice, we look at laws and legislations and we break them down in layman's terms. That's not criticizing by any means. That's just actually helping them do their PR. And we bring it forward, not giving our opinions on what it should be. We just break it down. That's what we've been known for. Sandy constantly has been very impressive over the years. You are in good hands is what I'm saying. Yes, and I thank her for giving me this opportunity and for creating this space, Cameron. Trust me. Yes, I thank her. I will be eternally grateful for her giving me this independent content creator opportunity on her platform. She does the morning, I hold the evening, but it's two separate companies. And God bless her, she's not charging any of us for being on her space. She's not. So whatever sponsorship we do, we try to promote each other and that sort of stuff. You know, we tag team. You got a package, get on her, get on me, and likewise, that's how we do it. But it's two separate independent companies. She's CMR. I'm Bridgepoint. K Global, Bridgepoint. Yeah, Bridge Media. Bridge Media is this one, Bridge Media. So it's pretty close. Kind of get a tongue twister there. People be missing Sandy and Sabrina like they own. Yeah, Cameron, I'm noticing that, my dear. I'm noticing that. But it's good to be loved. And it just says that we're filling a gap here. We are willing to have some very difficult conversations sometimes. She's a little bit more risque than me. But we bring our own individual identities to the platform, our own platforms. And there are times that we got some hard hitting stuff. You see on Friday where she came in and she was a part of the show. There are times where she invited me on hers, where she needed information because of my political background. And of course, all within reason. And this is where it works well, where you have her as the opener and me as the anchor in the evening. And of course, I have the reign of choosing whatever topics I want. And you guys have actually shaped where this and what you want of this talk show. I will still put it out there. If there is anything specific that you want us to develop in this, remember we're going on radio. So people will be able to be driving home instead of just listening to us on YouTube. You'd be able to go on a particular dial, an FM dial, and you'd be able to hear us on radio as well in the coming months. God, we're going to speak lone positivity over that. Whenever that was rolled out, Sandra will be more than happy. So yeah, we continue to grow here, and I have to embrace it until the next chapter finds itself. But I can tell you this, it will not be on a political ballot. No. It will not be on a political ballot. I'm embracing this. I was given an opportunity and I've immersed myself a little slower than I expected to get off on my feet, but it's coming and I can only give God thanks every day. And I give all of you thanks for your support and your patience, for enduring and putting up with me. Yeah, I must tell you, I got to give you all thanks. You know what an anchor symbolizes, right? That's the foundation. Tell me, share it with us. Tell me what the anchor is. Tell me what the anchor. She's the opening, and yeah, we're just creating this balance. So yeah, the phone lines continue to be open, 936-8255. Like I told you, I wanted to share with you I did some digging after I read an article today in regards to the students from our government and high schools based on last year's data and statistics numbers. And according to what I found, this is by no means, this is just for public awareness and community awareness, okay? Remember, you heard us saying, based on the timeline, that these children now will be collecting their results for their exams. Well, here's what the data says. According to the latest education data report, that's information report, Year 11 English passes rated 73.8%. Science pass rate was 78.5%. Math, listen to this, Year 11 mathematics pass rate was 47.2%. And students achieving 5 or more passes, including English and math, was 52.9%. But this is based on information of 2025. Now, these students achieving 5 or more passes that included math and English was up from 40.2% in 2024. So what we're seeing is that right here at home, we have strengths. we're seeing very strongly where we're very strong in English and science because they are performing above, believe it or not, here in Cayman, they're performing above regional averages, is what this is saying, right? But math remains a major concern. So when we say major concern in this context, we're talking about a foundation problem, problem solving, reasoning, financial literacy, and employability. When we say math is a major concern, that's where we're looking at, talking about the foundation of problem solving, reasoning, financial literacy, and employability as well. And these numbers matter. They're very important because our children's future matters. And it also matters in our workplace, in our work spaces or workforce. And also, we see where the need for mathematicians, scientists, and all of that sort of stuff. Remember that episode that I did where it gave the statistics of all the WORC jobs postings? Mathematicians was one of the things that we're seeing they were looking for. People in the insurance industry, the financial sector. Remember, if you all were with me? And when you look at this statistics, our math is falling. And that, my friends, means that these numbers matters because they matter for our very own Cayman's competitiveness. Yes. So when you look at how this stack up, and you looking even in the regional, across the Caribbean, when I dug into this some more, we see where CSEC results show a regional learning crisis. Because what my research found based on that article, because I dug just a little bit deeper, it found that only 4.9% of our students across the Caribbean passed 5 or more subjects that also included math and English in 2024. This is straight across the Caribbean. And regionally, Caribbean, listen to this. When you look at it and you widen the lens, put them all together, math pass rate in the region is 36%. Yes. Now, what we're seeing is OEC's countries saw a 5.1 drop. They're also seeing decline in overall performances between 2019 and 23. So it's just not only regional, right? And what we're seeing as well is that English proficiency, the proficiency in English, declined by 8%. LOL, WTH, you know what we're coming out. All of these acronyms that we're using, instead of spelling out YOU when you're WhatsApping or texting someone, you just do the letter U. And that sort of stuff. This is impacting more than likely what's now becoming a norm. But is it right? When you're actually depending on these passes now to get a professional qualification, to get your passes. And what we're also seeing overall in the OECD countries is that math in itself declined by 9.8%. Now, when you compare this, Cayman's math passes rates 47.2% is higher than the regional average. It may seem low here, but regionally, it is still rating at 47.2%. That's higher than the regional average, which is good. But it is still signaling that it is far below what is expected for a high income jurisdiction. So even though we may be stacking up and looking good on the wider scan of scheme of things, it's going to impact job employability and those high paying jobs. And we are living in a service-based economy society. And we've seen where financial services is the bedrock of our income. So if we're failing in math, what do you think is going to happen? And it's a balance. Math and English is critical because of the very makeup of how our income and what businesses are actually thriving. Math is a key component. So 47.2% regionally may look good, but in real talk, it needs some serious bolstering. Now let's look at the international benchmarks that we can see here as Cameron weighs in. I believe it. We're not dummies. We're lacking a social skills and basic life skills. He also says diversity is changing the learning dynamics. We're Caymanians. And this is just happening straight across the world. We're seeing children opting now, and you're seeing some of the stories on social media where you got millionaires who are barely 19, barely 21, because they have worked out coding or they are becoming social media influencers that when you look at it, they're going to say, well, look at the millions of followers that I have. Is this a season? Is this a trend that will be here for a while with the influencers? And for those who get in on it and make their millions, make sure you manage it wisely because it may be another trend or something that's not going to be around for a long time. And you look at them looking at life totally different. You're seeing a lot of the young people even looking at schools totally different because they can get on a smart device, their phones, and they can make some money based on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. They got some other platforms out there. And based on their followings and what jurisdictions they're on, some of them can and is capable of making more money than their parents who are working traditional jobs. Now, this is just the reality of where social media competing and traditional institutions are now competing with making sure you can keep those children engaged and making sure that we're not diluting the key fundamentals of education. But let's look at the regional benchmarks. We see in Jamaica in their PISA, that's a PISA of 2022, reading 61st. Okay, 61st. Math was 62nd. And science, 59th. In Trinidad in 2015, reading they fell 53rd. Math, 59, and in science, 52. Now, what these results are showing is that Caribbean students straight across, and I've named out Jamaica and Trinidad, what we're seeing is that Caribbean students are lagging 3 to 5 years behind the OECDs, Europe, you're seeing Asian, all of those, Dubai. Yeah. This region, the Western region, we are lagging. And when you look at these ratings, it's low. And what you're seeing now is people coming from that side because the demand is here. The services are here. We are demonstrating people from this side of the world is lagging, but yet they're increasing in that side of the world. And we are gravitating. We're either outsourcing offices so that its cost of operating a business is cheaper, or we're bringing special skills in here because they have the skill set, the expertise, and the numbers are not lying. And this is just not a Cayman thing. We're looking straight across the region, Jamaica, Trinidad, and even right here. And we see the impacts right here. The data, the information is not lying. So what do we have to do when we're seeing we're not competing just locally amongst ourselves? We're competing with keeping businesses open, because they're paying their fees. It goes into our national GDP and all that sort of stuff. And I noticed there's another article that CMR did on remittance services and how much money goes out of here. We can put that into context. And I aim to bring that up to you tomorrow on tomorrow's episode so we can look at that in a closer. We will do a deep dive into what that statistic means, what it's actually saying as well. And what if the shoe was on the other foot? What if it was us being one of those nationalities going and finding a safe haven into an economy where, or a country where we could do better for ourselves, support our families, and that sort of stuff? What if the shoe was on the other foot? Yeah, you're going to lock in tomorrow for that because I would like your input on that. We can't just beat these people up for taking care of their families at home and sending their monies home. And then the benefits of those countries with all of these remittance services. Yeah. Bottom line is from all of that, it doesn't impact our local GDP. And that was a huge takeaway, right? So put the shoe on the other foot if it was Caymanians having to go someplace else. Would you feel the same? Would you not do the same? This is not by any means classing any one nationality. We're just going to look at the overall subject matter, just like how we're looking at the results here, and then widening the scope as to how we match up regionally, internationally, comparison to the OECDs, and what it actually bringing it round for what it means for job security and opportunities here if we don't look and use this data to help the next generation, our future. Because bottom line, as I said, this is showing where straight across the region we are behind. Caribbean region is behind when compared to the OECDs. So Cayman is not alone in this conversation. Cayman is not failing uniquely. Cayman is a part of a regional problem. What is manageable, though, is our share size. Our aptitude towards making the necessary corrections, funding it adequately, making sure that we get the right teachers, and of course, parental involvement is a huge, huge, huge part of the results as well. But again, all the noise around, you're competing with social media, you're competing with the changing world of how the next generation even looks at education. I have some that are saying straight up, they're not really inclined in going for college. They would prefer to, and this is just general conversation, not prompt, they're going to run their own business. They're going to do this, they're going to do that. And it is heavily influenced by a lot of these social media influencers that are in many cases their very same age or not too much older. And they're seeing the lifestyle. They're seeing the income that they're capable of making. Now, that is a serious issue if every or the majority of a particular age group only look at one or two who has maximized their social media influencing and have become wealthy people from it. Now, if that is setting the norm for everyone, then Houston, we have a problem. And we're going to have a wider discussion on that. But it is not as easy as people think. Yes. Bottom line is our size. We definitely have the resources. We have the stability. And we have the capacity that many other small island jurisdiction states do not have, which means we should be performing better. It's not that we're not funding it. It's not like we don't have a lot of free stuff that we're giving. Yeah, we do. It is. We can turn that around, but it's going to take everybody's attention. It's going to have to take from the students, the parents, the societies, governments. And I know right now, based on what I'm seeing, we can't say that it's not adequately funded. So who and how do we get the results? It boils down to what's happening in the institutions, how the subject matters are delivered, and the mindset, the attitude and the aptitude of the children. Yeah. Yes. because we're seeing another thing that we're noticing as well, which is serious of concern across the region. Let's talk about being absent from school. Oh, they ain't doing nothing anyhow. It's almost summer and we just got to show up, but nothing going on. Hold on. I don't have to go to first day of school. Why should I be there for the first day of school? And it could be nothing going on anyhow. It's not like I'm not talking to my friends. I spoke to them all during summer vacation, and some of you were lucky enough to really have meet up with some of your friends during the holidays. Why am I going to waste my time to go to school on the first day? No, I'm not going to go for the first day. They're not going to settle down until 2-3 days. Well, who are you to make that type of suggestion as a child still going to school? And what's happening across the region is that there is a trend. It is noticeable that absenteeism is skyrocketing. It has skyrocketed since when? The pandemic. Yes. Children not wanting to go to school, just falling absent and not showing up or come and leave, or there's not that buy-in to making sure we go to school every day. That is skyrocketing. And right here is no exception as well. When students are not being consistent in school and they cannot consistently achieve, they're missing out. And what we're seeing with this absenteeism that is skyrocketing, not only here, but in the Caribbean, teachers are reporting that they are seeing lower engagement, meaning the kids are not participating. It's like they're zoomed out. They're just not locked in. They're seeing shorter attention spans as well. They're seeing higher distraction levels, whether or not they have a smart device in their hands or not. It's just like they're just overstimulated and they're not focusing in the classroom, many a times causing serious disruptions to those who actually have a different attitude. And teachers are also reporting here and regionally more difficulty maintaining classroom focus as a whole. So attendance is not just a number. Present, thank the Lord, here, aya, yo, however it is you do it, it's not just a number. It's a predicator, meaning it's a warning sign. It's a reflection of the children, the household, just overall being motivated, home life, and mental health. That's what it's signaling. And if attendance is continuously dropping or not that buy-in, guess what will drop to? Achievement. If that continues to be the reality, my friends, guess what? Not much is going to be achieved. And when that graduation time comes, you're going to have the parents going up there arguing with the bursars, arguing with the teacher and the principal. I want my son, I want my daughter to walk that stage when, hello, they were not attending school, or you don't have a justified reason for why there was so much absenteeism during the term or the year. You can't take this on. This is a dual role, a dual responsibility. You think just walking across the stage is enough? And worse, if you haven't even attended school on a regular basis? That's almost comical, but sad. It saddens me for really what's happening when, like the data shows, it's not like we're not funding our schools. It's not that we don't have an advantage over so much other jurisdictions that the dynamics are identical to ours pretty much. But the difference is resources, funding, government buy-in. All they have to do is attain. That's all they have to do. Let me try to keep up with the comments here. Hey, Andrew, blessed Monday, Sabrina in Cayman Islands. Cameron saying merits or popularity. Which one? Dayats need. Cameron says the real keepers of knowledge can't break into education industry. Yes, industry. Knowledge and education has turned into a business model. And he also was, we going to keep the money here as a question mark. Talking, Ross, about vehicle driver's license riffraff after we already paid for the infrastructure. These are comments that I'm just making sure I don't miss out here. That's why real estate market is under attack, is what he's saying. And this is based on, I'm quite sure, what some of the data that I was sharing. Damian Henry is also weighing in and saying mathematics and English are key subjects for securing employment opportunities around the world, providing the essential skills needed for effective communication, critical thinking, problem solving, and career progression across a wide range of industries. However, education needs to move beyond traditional approaches and embrace innovative methods that engage learners, meet demands of a changing workforce, and enhance the relevance and appeal of these vital subjects. Quite right. Andrew's also weighing in on this topic today, and he says, the thing is, young people face the challenge of trying to enter the job market after parents invest 4 years of thousands of dollars, and the market is limited, especially in Cayman Islands, unless an accountant, lawyer, or financial corporate community. Well, the opportunities need to present itself, and we're hearing that when they come back from school, they're struggling with just trying to get jobs. This is why I deliberately did that article for the 2 young Caymanians that have completed their articles and have now landed full-time jobs. I was so proud of them because that was a huge problem where you were good enough to do your articles, but then when your articles were over, you were struggling. Caymanians, lawyers, were struggling to find a job. So I congratulate them. Good evening, caller. You're live on Sabrina Speaks. What's on your mind? Hello.
Good evening, Sabrina.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm fair to find.
I felt compelled to call, listening to this education conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say a couple of things, but I'm gonna say my grammar favorite line. If there are 10 children in the class and one is failing, he is a fool. If there are 10 children in the class and 9 are failing, the teacher is a fool. I don't want us to go down the rabbit hole of what the rest of the world is doing, because we are not generally, in terms of employment opportunities, we are generally not competing with our regional neighbors. We're competing with people miles and miles and countries away, right? I just feel like this conversation is not from Europe, not what you're saying. You're producing fact, absolute fact, but it's like almost an excuse for mediocrity. I was actually just having the same conversation with a young person.
But for the record, just to make it straight, I wasn't given an excuse. I'm just making sure I make it clear. I'm just trying to do what's happening regional, OECD, and then bring it back. Because if you had listened earlier, I did say the 47.2%, we got a lot of work to do.
Absolutely. And not only do we have a lot of work to do, look at how much money is spent on the Cayman Islands education system versus our regional neighbors. I think Guyana is one of the top producing CSEC and CXC countries in the region, right? I think Jamaica ranks pretty close to them, but Guyana. But even, let's use Jamaica and think about the amount of money that we put into our education system for the results that we are getting versus places like Jamaica who may be operating with less than us. Yes, you have your Excalibur, your Excelsior, your St. Andrew's children, your all of the wonderful schools over there, right? But again, what we spend on education for this little 22 by 7 square mile little rock.
Yes.
We could educate a couple of countries, right? But I was having a conversation with a young person, and they said to me, why would I want to pursue education here in Cayman when I already see that even in pursuing that education to the highest degree that I'd been told, I still don't get an opportunity. That was the one thing that they said. And they were also listening in when you said, you know, you have Caymanians pursuing articles and the like. And the response to that was, yes, they get an opportunity, a foot in the door, but a foot in the door is almost a mandatory requirement. Articles are reserved specifically for Caymanians. If that requirement were not there, would we have any Caymanians in the farm? That's the first question. Secondly, even Caymanians who make it, who actually get their foot in the door, how often is there a path for them for
partnership or eventually,
the partnership? How long does it even take them to move from associate to a senior associate on the partner? How long is that? Is there a career path mapped out for them? We see things, and it's just not in the legal career, in the accounting field as well, where Caymanians are given opportunities out of obligation, not out of genuine, this person deserves an opportunity. This person has performed well. I think the minister said that we are short 700 plus accountants. What are we doing about that? What are we doing about that? Right? And you just read statistics that said we are performing poorest in math.
Yeah.
I don't care what the rest of the jurisdiction is doing. I live right here. I contribute to that education budget. What are we going to do about it? We can't continue to change the system to meet the children. So we got to bring the system. We got to
look at it different, right?
Is it a lack of motivation? Is it a lack of, well, I got to tell you my theory. It's the freeness. I can be honest. It's the freeness. It's the freeness. They don't have no appreciation for the fact that
it's too easy. You think the environment is too easy? You don't. There's no need to be hungry. There's no need, because I remember I was speaking with a gentleman from Jamaica with the Academy Sports Club, and that hunger to get out of Jamaica, you either in the arts or music. You understand what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah, it's because you got to fight for it. You got to be hungry. So they put their all, the discipline in the football, 2 times a day practicing, but they're also a sponsored club. So their module over there is different. But we don't have that type of environment that it has that hunger. Right.
We have a sense of entitlement, and we've never been hungry enough. We've not been hungry
that part
enough.
more. We've never been hungry enough. Not this sense of entitlement. But it's a hybrid, but more so the hunger. We have never been hungry enough.
I want to introduce my protege. She is down in the back here banging on about what she thinks is wrong. So I will, if you would give her 2 minutes.
Of course.
I just think it happens to be the fact that even poor families here are likely to take vacations. There is a hunger, but it's not nearly as strong as other places who can't get out of their town, can't get out of their country. There's a hunger because we're okay as a country. Like, even lower class people, they can still have nice things. They can still have a good life. It may not be the best life, but it's still a good life. There's no drive to want for more because we've made ourselves content with what we have, because we have been raised to be content with what we have and not want more, because why would you ever want to leave Cayman?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well said.
Thank you. And we don't really foster competition much anymore. I mean, as an athlete myself, I think that sports here, well, I can't talk about back in the olden days because that was in my time. But the way my mother raves about it, sports in Cayman used to be a lot more. And I think that the drive that used to be there isn't there anymore. Like, we have amazing athletes on island, yes, but I think it's more about the infrastructure we have in place for those athletes to succeed is not really as strong as it used to be.
You think okay, before I go into any specific thing about athletes, generally, your age group, what do you think is needing then to get back that hunger, to get that drive? Because you made a very valid point. You said that some of the even lower income households right now, they have learned to settle, because when you look at them being lower income or the poorer class here in the Cayman Islands, that's still considered high class in some jurisdiction. Overall, what do you think would be the change then for getting more young persons interested in understanding the key foundation and the importance of taking education, getting an education serious, coming from yourself? You may understand it. Where are we? Your mom, my generation, I'm 50, I'm 52. Where are we gotten it wrong? What do you think we need to do?
I think that we need to put something in place that shows that there are consequences to not wanting more, like not taking advantage of opportunities. I mean, we as a country put out so many opportunities in education, and they're not taken advantage of simply because we don't care. And I think that one way to help with that is charging for it, like charging something so that families start to take it more seriously. If you're receiving something for free, I doubt you're going to value it nearly as much. And I'm not saying that everyone needs to be charged outrageously.
Understood.
I'm saying there needs to be something to make it worth more. I've been in private school my whole life, and like not even to say that as I'm a private school kid, I'm saying I've learned the value of education because I've had to pay for it my whole life. And I have ambition to move forward, because if I spent all this money on education, why would I waste it to do nothing, to be content with my life when I could have more if I work hard for more?
Well, that definitely is a different environment, and kudos to you for being able to come from a household who put that emphasis on it. Not to say that the private school environment doesn't have their own challenges, because
definitely.
Yeah, you see, they have their own challenges, and some of them they're just going to school because they have to, because of age. But we are putting the focus a lot on our public system, because that is a bigger representation of really our society as it is. So you could have hit on a national topic. Easy come, easy go. You don't know the value of it because it comes so easy. You take things for granted. But
I think that's a very normal thing in Cayman, though, to take things for granted. I mean, where we are financially in the world, we're one of the most financially well-off countries in the world. The infrastructure we have access to, the things that we have as an island that other places don't, other places would die for. We're just so used to them that it doesn't mean anything anymore. And I think that's a huge part of why it's not nearly as important to us.
But in your own circles with your own peers, forget the private school, because I'm quite sure you have other friends and that are in public. When you all talk, do you see that lethargicness, that lackluster desire to, boy, I just can't wait till graduation, I just want to get out, because you see what this influencer doing? I'm deliberately going there. Do you feel that is having an impact on a lot of people your age right now, understanding how I've seen an article where there's a young man, must be 22 or 21, and he's a millionaire because he just sold something to Cisco or some coding he did. Please don't quote me. But what I'm saying, we're seeing more younger millionaires because they have gone into AI, they have gone into coding, they have gone into computers. Then you're seeing how lucrative a business can be just by picking up a smartphone and likes and followers. What is the conversation like amongst your peers when it comes to wanting to get that tertiary education versus those who are like, yo, you can do it. I go in this route and it's untraditional.
I'd like to say that I have a very well-rounded group of friends, and I've seen people on both sides, except one thing that I know my friends have who do not want a tertiary education have that I don't see other people having. They understand the fundamentals of what they're trying to do if it's not tertiary education. Okay. You can't just wake up and say, I want to be a influencer. There's so much more to it than that. There's algorithms, there's brand deals. Like, there's so much more that goes into it that people need to acknowledge.
And they understand that.
Do they, though?
No, I'm asking if they do. The ones who don't want to go the traditional route in your conversation.
I think they understand it to a degree, but I think there's not much of a conversation around it specifically in Cayman, because it's a small island. We don't have many influencers to be following behind where they can like give us info on like, oh yeah, this is how I made it to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not in a country where that's something big. Like, you can't just have your entire country as your following.
Right.
Other random people get that. Like, people have more followers than the entire population of our country, and they're not even considered real influencers.
Mm-hmm. Ah, well said. So, it's very interesting, but I would love to hear a lot more from exactly what your generation is really being had. Is it that we're missing something? What is it that we're missing? Because I'm not so sure. Maybe you may have seen in circulation the video for this weekend for the partying and how people go on when they're partying, and there was a minor there. And I'm like, that is almost like a norm now, right? What we're seeing. And you're looking at the comments. And maybe your generation may say, look, it's a norm. I personally wouldn't do it. My mother would kill me. You may be saying that. Others of your parents be like, yo, that's just fun. What's wrong with it? It's a new generation. You know, that is the future. Is it somewhere that we're getting it wrong? I just want to know where we're missing the communication.
I think it's a mixture of importing this kind of club culture where, like, we have a lot of people coming in and they're living for the Cayman party lifestyle. And I think that's getting passed down through not only their kids, but what we are seeing as Caymanians going on. And then it's like, oh, well, I see literally everyone going out to party. I want to go out to party. I think it's just a matter of cultural progression, and the cultural progression of Cayman has become partying on the weekends, rum point on Sundays, clubbing on Saturday night, brunch on Sunday. It's just become a larger culture that makes it look as though there's nothing else to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think that because of that, no one really wants to be spending their lives growing their education, because why would they when they can go out and party? Just like make enough to live in an apartment and afford their party lifestyle.
At what point you wonder when it's going to click, because you can't be partying all of your life. Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It either doesn't click, or they reach a point where they're working a dead-end job complaining about how they don't have any money to do anything, and not really realizing that it's an issue of their own creating. And yes, we do have an issue with Caymanians getting into the workforce, but also we're not really trying anymore. Like, some people are trying. I'm not going to like say that no one's trying. I'm saying that some people just have accepted it, moved on. And I think that's what I'm hearing from a lot of people I know that don't want to go into something more. They'd rather just work
enough to get by. Yeah,
enough to get by, enough to live a little less than comfortable, but enough to live.
Fake it till you, darling, I have to give you an honor, and this is an honorary kaboom for everything you've contributed here.
Kaboom!
Oh, wow, I'm honored.
Yes, you are. You're well-rounded. You're well-spoken. Congratulations to you. I love hearing your perspective because I feel that this segment of our society is not being heard enough, candidly, impromptu. And I'm so happy that you weighed in on this because, like I said, I was just trying to paint a big picture using the local statistics, comparing it with the OECDs, comparing it to the Caribbean, but still saying, look, Cayman, for the way our economy is, for the amount of money, bottom line is, yes, we can do and we should be doing so much better. But when you give me hope, because hearing like you, I'm hoping we can get even more serious input to hear your views, because what will the future look like? What would you want to see the future Cayman look like? What culture would you love?
I would love to see the future Cayman to be full of Caymanian people at the top. But if we're not striving to be at the top, then it will always be foreigners who come in, get their Caymanian status, and they are at the top. They are the Caymanians at the top. You can't see my air quotes, but there were air quotes around Caymanian.
Yeah. But then we've admitted, darling, that we are a growing, a a generation where our numbers, our Caymanian, Indigenous, generational, is not fast enough to keep up with the demand. Your generation, you're going to almost be fighting that much more harder because there's just not enough for the service-based economy that we have.
Definitely, I agree.
So okay, let's say you're the next big five founder of a company, right? Example.
Mm-hmm.
For the economy, service-based economy that we have here now, you're going to need people for you to continue to grow. If we're not educating them fast enough, you could be blocked from growing your business and you're still a Caymanian at the top. What do? It's creating that balance. 936-8255. I see someone, Johan is asking for the dial-in number. So what would you see for Cayman in the future? What would you want? I know you said it, but understanding the reality that our numbers are dwindling. Caymanians, as we know them, is dwindling and we can't keep up. We're not having children fast enough.
I don't want to be that person, but I think as much as immigration has gotten stronger, I think we need to draw a line somewhere, because we've drawn a line in the sand so many times, and every single time it's just being washed away by the water, and then we draw another one a bit further back. And it's to the point now where I genuinely cannot look anywhere and see anyone who even resembles being from here. Not to say that like there aren't people from here who don't look like they're from here, but you can tell they're not from here.
Mm-hmm.
They're not indigenous to here. And again, I have nothing against foreigners, but at the same time, I want to see a Cayman in which I see more people like myself.
Okay.
And so
I'm going to try to add a call here. Oh, give me 1 minute. Let me see if I can add this call. I'm going to merge. There we go. I didn't meant to end you, my love. I was just adding another call. I didn't cut you off that was an error. There we go. Hey, hello, darling. I didn't mean to end you. I just couldn't get that call added. But go ahead. You can wrap up and then I'll take the other call.
But I think that it's just mainly we're importing a lot of people, and our numbers we aren't like producing enough Indigenous Caymanians.
I keep cutting that person off. Hey, sorry. Yeah, sorry about that, my love. I'll just call back the other individual. I can't merge.
Oh, no, you're all good. But I think we just need to pump the brakes on immigration, and I think that we're already overcrowded. Do we really need to be letting more people in? Like widen the gap for Caymanians so that we can get through. And I think that as long as we have people coming in from one way, that gap is just going to get slimmer and slimmer.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I hope you're not a stranger to this platform. We love hearing your perspectives, and I welcome you back anytime, my love.
Well, thanks.
All right. Have a good evening.
You too.
Sure. Bye-bye. Let me get that other call that I keep missing here as we go into a little bit of overtime here today. Hope I don't get voted. Let's weigh this. Truth.
I am unable to take a call at the moment. Please leave your name and number. I'll get back to you.
Well, you know who that was. Keep calling, but please call if you want. I'll take your call. As we wrap up here, Andrew is saying, because we got comments that were coming in, 100% truth, immigration policies will dictate where our future Cayman Islands young people are going in the future. Miss Pam DaCosta is also weighing in. There we go. Hello, caller. I couldn't get you merged for some reason. You're live.
How you doing, Mom?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
It's me. Just wanted to say, I'm not sure if that other caller's on the line. But
no, I couldn't merge the two. It kept dropping her off, and when I was trying to merge you.
Okay. Just wanted to say, don't know who that young lady is, but thank you. You were lucid. You made a whole lot of sense. You were passionate and patriotic, and you were a fresh voice sharing your perspective. And I think for us to move forward as a Caymanian people and for platforms like this. And again, I want to thank you, Miss Sabrina, for what you do on Drive Time in the evenings and facilitating these sort of things. But that caller was absolutely brilliant, and I would encourage her friends and people like that
Correct.
that are patriotic, that want more and better for us to participate in these sort of debates and discussions, because she offers a perspective that is, one, refreshing. I'm 52 years old, and there's a whole lot of stuff she was saying there that I know is over my head.
Correct.
But the passion, the patriotism, and her wanting for her people to be seen and heard culturally, and to just give everything a new boost of energy and a shot in the arm. It makes no sense to have all of that ability between your ears, and then you keep those thoughts to yourself.
Correct.
Because people like the Sabrina, like me, and again, don't know her from a bucket of paint, happy to hear that there are young Caymanians like that are energized and enthused and want better, because it's not easy when you share your public views on anything. But when you make sense, those of us with sense going to always rally around you and support you, because the one thing we don't do in Cayman is we don't support other Caymanians.
Exactly.
And it's time for persons like that caller and the other crazy talented young Caymanians that I know from the ages of about 16 to, and I think 16 to 35 makes a young Cayman in my view. But I just wanted to call and say, Miss, keep up sharing your views, your thoughts, and everybody else like you. You're not alone in this struggle, because I'm 52 years old and I'm tired of seeing everybody else tell us what our culture is, tell us what we should be doing, telling us what is acceptable and not. Culture evolves. We have a historical, strong link to things of the past, but it's that new generation, that new voice. There's a guy at the museum. His name is Brian Ebanks. My boy, the youngest one, went to a camp there for the summer, and I'm telling you, it was amazing. It was put on. It was for us, by us, with us, and it taught so much. But the combination of those type of personalities, and there are many in the environment, that we just need to shout out, acknowledge, support, and when they ask for the help, whatever help looks like, give it to them. Because, Ms. Sabrina, you've served the country well. You've been serving the country before you were elected. You served the country after you've been elected. And your life's work is about helping, right? And I want to applaud you for that. But when you hear people like that caller, that gives me the, all right, you're not alone in this thing.
Exactly.
Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's all of us
It
rally
gives you
around.
a drive to just do more, because you're like, wow. If you ever wanted that, boy, I wonder if it's fighting a losing battle here. When is that one going to emerge? And for the record, it's Siobhan's daughter. That's Ariana Chin.
Miss Chin, a billion thank yous. To be honest with you, you, your friends, and everybody else that is lucid and locked in on what you want. Keep speaking, keep asking for it, and participating. And when old miserable gray wolves like me can basically help, let's do that, because you know what everybody else does? They look after their own. Everybody in their set, whether you be Canadian, whether you be English, whether you be American, whether you be from Jamaica, whether you be from wherever, they rally around each other in Cayman. We watch to see what's going to happen to the young Caymanian voice of courage and strength. And then we hope that nothing bad don't happen, but we never say, not on my watch.
Right.
So I'm just here to say, anybody like that, from whatever age to however much older than me you are, if I can personally help our people maintain that passion, energy, and drive, so that we are actually leading in our country in the areas that count, I'm all in. All you got to do is call me. If you can't get my number, Miss Sabrina knows how to reach me. But that's what we need to do, so that Cayman is for Caymanians. And yes, we love everybody and appreciate all those that want to be Caymanian and are desperate to get PR status. But a lot of them don't want nothing to do with Caymanians. They just want the economic and financial benefit of being here. And I get it. But when we find those that want to work with us and build with us, and when we find young, bright minds, wherever they are, let's let's rally around each other, because there's so few of us against many of them that'll tell us this not ours. When you hear people talk about we built Cayman after Hurricane, everybody built Cayman, to be honest with you, and everyone got paid really well. So don't tell me what you did for Cayman, because you didn't do it for free.
Johan, there was a question during the lady when Ariana was speaking, and it says, I think it was based on what I was sharing. The question was, who are creating these demands? I'm talking about us being a service base. You saw the stats that came out of all the positions that were being placed on WORC. They were asking for huge people with financial background, mathematicians, people in insurance, and so forth, right? And the question came up, who are creating these demands? And is this fast at this fast pace? How do you create that balance though at the end of the day when, like I used for Ariana, what if she's the next big five or one of the big five CEOs and her business is growing and she wants more Caymanians, but they're just not there? How do you create that balance where you're giving her the persons that holds the skill sets that can help her continue to provide the service that her business is offering and not stop her as being a Caymanian owner, founder, CEO, partner, whatever, right? From making her business thrive. Where do you find that balance?
I think we got to understand that businesses require different skill sets, expertise, and in financial services, there's a clamor for that level of expertise. Now, if we can help industry grow, that means more revenue for the government. That means more disposable income to do the things that they want to do if they're responsible with the management and not just pissing it away, for the want of a better word. Okay. But I would say this: just because we want the expertise doesn't mean the expertise has to show up here with the guarantee that they're going to get PR and that they're going to get status. Because if you go to work in Florida today, tomorrow, or if you go work anywhere else in the world, nobody's guaranteeing you a fast track to anything.
So, permanent res. Yeah. I got you. So it's that balance.
We need to understand, yes, we need specialized players, specialized skilled people that are able to drive and grow the particular industry, whatever it is. And right now, financial services represents 65% of the GDP. So I get why we are desperate to have those people there. But unless you are fully immersed in wanting to be a part of the Cayman fabric and coexist with us, and you speak about this all the time, just because you're good at a computer and good at math and good at accounting and good at whatever, doesn't mean that you're a good fit for the country. Because if you know no Caymanians, if you don't want to know any Caymanians, you don't hang out with Caymanians, and you look down on Cayman history, culture, and its people, this is not a place for you. Because this has to be somewhere where you respect what you found here. Because if I go to America right now and I say, I had the baddest Caymanian in the world, and I think all Americans or all Republicans are crazy because they worship Donald Trump, I guarantee you, somebody can be outside of my door and I say,
clickety split.
Thank you very much, you got to go.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a subversive way where people disrespect Caymanians, and they assume that the bad apples represent all of us. There are many, 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 many bright, industrious, entrepreneurial Caymanians. Look at what you've done in your life. You went from being an immigration official to being an immigration expert. You grew a business. You were sought after. You were an expert in what you did. And then you decided to try public life, where you gave 4 years of your life to the country. But did we ever understand the cost of what it took for you to go and try to
I don't think they will ever understand that. Yeah, correct.
No, I get it. I get it, because if you own a business, you understand what it's about.
Correct.
But I think when we talk about, the job growth and the jobs that we need for industry, that's great. But I'm telling you this, nobody should be guaranteed a fast track to PR or status, because nobody's guaranteed a job. Because the same way that an economy can rise, an economy can fall. And whether you're in construction, whether you're in financial services, whether you're in the medical profession, just because you're a doctor doesn't mean that you should be guaranteed any of these things. Because once you give status and once you give PR and status, just know there's a tribe that's coming with that. Okay? Once you marry somebody from abroad, and there's nothing against marrying people from abroad, but I'm just saying, if they're coming with 5 and 6 grown-up kids because their mom married some Caymanian, that's that mom times 5 plus the 2 children, and the wife, and so you're now artificially increasing the population of the Cayman Islands. So we have to stop this premise of everybody's going to get status. Everybody's going to get PR and everybody's going to get status via marriage or because you work in a sector where you've got job security. How can I give you immigration security when you don't have job security? Because markets rise and fall, and when markets go bad, there are layoffs and cut-offs. So by that time, we've already put somebody on a track to get PR and status, and that's not right. We don't do those things for Caymanians, so why are we going to do it for people on the outside?
Oh wow,
that's
me
profound. Being real.
Yeah, but it's
just me being real. But I'll tell you what, that lady, I'm driving and I'm like, I don't know who that person is, but I hope to Christ we got about 200 of them ready because
they're out there, Johan. I've never lost hope, and I have always opened the door. Anyone who knows me know that this platform is open. This is why I run a tight ship, because I want her to feel safe in this space. I want others to hear her and be like, yeah, Ariana was on there, and look at the feedback she got. I'm not giving up that hope. This is the space.
Don't stop what you're doing. It's invaluable. And I'll say this. I have reached a stage where I love my country and I love what we are as a people. What I struggle with is when people that don't know any of us got a lot to say about us. Mm-hmm. So any bright, young, industrious, ambitious Caymanian that's prepared to call in, to speak up, to make sense, standing with you. Mm-hmm. I'm not standing behind you. I'm standing with you, because the quickest way for them to take you out of the game is by directing their anger and their angst at you, and then you feel like you're isolated. But if we all lock arms and we stand up and we go, not today, Bobo, you can't mess with Ariana, you can't mess with Sabrina, they can't do me nothing. I tell you that now. Because if you all think that I'm bad now, just imagine when somebody starts messing with me. But when I talk about somebody, the people that really mess with you are your own, because outsiders have a subtle way of jugging you, right? It's death by 1,000 cuts. Your own people try to make an example of you in the bloodiest and most public of way. And that's where the self-hate of bright, industrious, that new generation of Caymanians need to stop. Because, Sabrina, you've done a fantastic job of being the voice. Sandra does the same thing. A lot of people stand up. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I tell no lies, and I know exactly what I'm talking about, and I know I back up everything that I say with action. But we now need to help the next generation understand this place is yours as much as it is mine, and you will not be allowed to feel isolated and ambushed because people are bad mind and they want to control the narrative of what Cayman is or what Cayman should be for you and yours, because it's the only place that we got. They can take away your passport from everywhere else. They can't take away your Cayman passport when you're Caymanian.
Here we go. Thank you so much for your contribution. Always good hearing from you.
All right, boss.
Leave me there. Take care. I see where Live Happy is asking, why is there a link between status and working in Cayman? Why? It's only because that is often comes up where when persons come here on a work permit, many of whom will tell you they have never saw themselves being here for 10, 15 years, and then bang, I just came here and I was working, I fell in love with the place, my work permits continued to be renewed, and then bang, I applied for PR, and then, that PR got me naturalization. Then that naturalization gave me the road to Caymanian status. Then guess what? I met the love of my life, or I brought my family here when I was on work permits, and we just all went through the system. A lot of them will tell you we never came here with the intention of looking for status, but be it by government contract, statutory authority by contract, or just being invited here, our immigration legislation made it possible for them to eventually acquire some sort of permanent residency that then led to the door of Caymanian status, with exception of the 2003 status grant, the mass grant. Take that away from it. All of the other persons, either through marriage, through descent, or came here and worked on work permits for a period of time and then fell in love with the place. These people who've applied for permanent residency, been here for 15 years, 25 years, did not do what our law says in order to be eligible. They did everything. You can't blame them for investing in property. You can't blame them for doing what the checkbox says and getting the requisite points. And then for them to even reach to the eligibility stage of being eligible to apply for permanent residence, some company, some government agency renewed either their contracts or their work permits that got them there, if you get what I'm saying. So live happy. Why? It's a demand. I'm saying in order for you, and Dawn can agree because I'm calling Dawn's name because she used to work in immigration. And there are other persons who I'm sure are listening who sat on these work permit boards and they're seeing things. And really and truly, you're talking about, let's stop giving away so much status, so much permanent residence and this sort of stuff. They're not going to get to the eligibility requirement without some vehicle that gets them there. That vehicle is work permits. That vehicle is a contract that's continuously renewed, giving them the ability to work. And in that ability to work, remain and reside, the other element of that is that you're building your eligibility to eventually secure your permanent tenure, aka permanent residence. Save by, if you found somebody here and you got married, then it's a different road. You understand? But for those who didn't get what they got based on marriage, the vehicle that got them to that eligibility requirement to be able to qualify for permanent residence, there was only one mechanism. No, two. Work permits or contracts being renewed. Now, those on the marriage, that's different. Those on the grounds of descent, that's also different. So, the thing is, the work permits. That is a broader discussion. As we go, and I've gone over, Andrew is saying, true, Johan, Caymanian people need to unite and forge forward for our younger generation. Cameron with the last question, the economy? You want the real ones to go look stats. Well, yeah, but we're going to look into the remittance thing tomorrow. And like I said, there is a parental responsibility going back to what we were talking about, education and absenteeism, how it impacts. There is a big role. Social media does play a role. There's also parenting and parental input that is going to make this. This is not just a government. This is not just a teacher's problem. There is a parental household problem as well. There, it's 7:23 here, and we're going to wrap it up and say good night for tonight. And I will be back tomorrow evening with another hopeful, informative, exciting episode. Ariana, to all of my callers, to all of my commenters, and for those who just stuck around. And you're like, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for always showing up. Thank you to all of my content creators in Bloom and otherwise. It has been my pleasure bringing you another episode of Sabrina Speaks. Good night. God bless. Love you lots. See you tomorrow.
That's a wrap for today's edition of Sabrina Speaks. Thank you for tuning in and for being part of the conversation. Remember, the dialogue doesn't stop here. Stay engaged, stay informed, and most importantly, stay empowered. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m., same time, same place, right here on CMR TV and radio, where your voice matters and your truth is heard. Until then, Cayman, take care of yourself and each other.
That's it for today's edition of Sabrina Speaks, where your voice matters, your story counts, and your truth is always welcome. Join us weekdays from 5 until 6:30 p.m. right here on CMR TV as we dive into the topics that matter most to you. Catch the show live or on demand at cmrtv.com. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram so you never miss a moment. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and always speak your truth.